Hi, a very warm welcome to everyone. As a part of KNS celebration of World Intellectual Property Day, I, Niharika Singh, am delighted to have this conversation with two very seasoned IT professionals, Ranjana Singh and Dr. Sachindra Pandey. First of all, I extend a very warm welcome to both of you and thank you for taking out time for this discussion. Now, today's discussion will primarily revolve around the special initiatives or programs that are currently in place to encourage women in the field of intellectual property. So without much further ado, I will straight away dive into the very first question, which is to you, Ranjana. See, as a professional, or rather as an IP professional, what do you think are the challenges which are currently being faced by women today?
Yeah, first of all, Niharika, thank you for a generous introduction. And I have an amazing journey as an IP professional, whether it comes to inclusiveness or work-life balance. And so I appreciate to see more and more talented women in the field of IPR. In India, awareness about IPR in general of a women is at its peak, and it is becoming prestigious and fast-growing practice area as a career options. I recall my days, the best career options stated by my parents, teachers, or relatives for being women were like in academics, medicine, or research. However, the time has changed substantially, and now we can witness women in all possible fields, whether it is, the astronomy, or it is defense, academics, or intellectual properties. Further, as per my experience, of now more than 20 years as a professional, in general, I see that the professional life for women has always been filled with challenges and hardships. And certainly my intention is not here to further stereotype or perpetuate gender differences, but to highlight some of the challenges that a woman faces at large. You can see the social economic issues, family circumstances, difficulty in balancing work and family. The balancing part becomes more apparent at the initial stages when the woman is thinking of increasing family. Apart from that, generally the women also has a challenge of the mentorship. Mentorship at the education level or from the IT community. Sometimes the discrimination in terms of providing opportunities or handling the litigation matters, court-related matters, or facing clients. And I also recall one of the challenge that women face when it comes to IP is that the IP professional require strong social network. And generally, it has been observed that the most of the women are pretty hesitant in initiating conversations in the conferences, seminars, or during networking sessions. So these challenges they face, and in spite of all these challenges, I'm very hopeful and I'm very positive that the positive attitude mindset of the women, support from family and workplace, taking benefits from the various government initiatives, and willingness to overcome all the challenges coming through their way, the women can do wonders in the field of IP also.
Very nicely put, Ranjana. Very nicely put, actually. This actually now brings me to the next question to Dr. Pandey. As Ranjana was talking about initiatives to encourage women, what do you think are the initiatives by the government, by the industry, firms, which have been taken to encourage and support the growth of women in the field of intellectual property? For instance, are there any like IP-centric trainings, initiatives for women specifically in this field?
Yeah, thank you, Niharika, and thanks, Ranjana. It's good to see both of you as colleagues in the firm and in the IP fraternity. So yeah, definitely there are many schemes. The government, particularly this government, has been very, very proactive in developing and propagating many schemes which encourage IP. Uh, so if we talk in general, there are many schemes for startups. There are many schemes for MSMEs. There have been many, awareness creation programs also have been done. We as a firm also have been part of many entrepreneurship development programs. So the government has been taking many initiatives, um, especially on the IP front. Um, uh, One thing, maybe, if I recall, the change that has been brought in at the patent office level has been in 2018, where, a specific change has been made where, it says the change in the rule says that if at least there is one female inventor in a patent application, by virtue of that female inventor being there, you can expedite that patent application, the examination of that application. And we ourselves have seen many such cases. But 5 6 cases we have handled last year, where there was a female inventor. We used this rule, we used this provision, and the patent got granted within a year or so. So definitely this is one important thing that has happened at the patent office level. Then, if we talk about the scheme, I recall a particular scheme which is WOS scheme, or the Kiran Fellowship scheme by the DST, or the TIFAC, which is a sort of a patent cell of DST. Under this scheme, they have helped many of the female colleagues enter into the IP field. So it helps. This scheme has been helpful in helping women who have had a career break, and this particular scheme has helped them come back into the IP field. So these are, I think, some of the few important things which have changed around the IP scenario, and I'm hopeful that things are going to be even brighter in future.
That's wonderful, actually. That was very enlightening, Dr. Pandey. So, just my last question to both of you, either of you can start. So, how do you think that we can encourage more women to explore or to maybe select this field as a potential career, this field as an intellectual property? What more can we do, like as the government or from the firm's perspective, so that more women are encouraged and maybe incentivized to join this field?
Yeah. So thank you, Niharika. And I would like to answer this question first, because when it comes to encouraging women in IPR, it comes very close to my heart. So to begin with, I would like to advise all the women who aspire to build a career in the field of IPR is that be brave and passionate to learn something new each day, because it is a field with the emerging technology, with the emerging markets. Each day you have to learn new, you have to deliver new. So the attitude when you think of opting the IP as a professional would be, I want to do that. I will learn by doing it. And yes, I can do it. See, when it comes to the encouragement, I remember I started my career as a scientist. And when I came to the knowledge of, like, there is an IP as a career option, I got very fascinated by it, and I approached my mentor, and he said, and he encouraged me a lot to move into the field of IPR. In fact, my supervisor was a bit hesitant because he said, we hired you to give your contribution in the science as a scientist, and now you would like to take a different career path. But sooner or later, they supported me a lot to pursue this career. And so when it comes to encouragement, I can say that by creating awareness about the opportunities available in the IPR, be it patent, trademark, or copyright, we can pull more talent into the pool of IPR, more talented women pool into the field of IPR. And we can educate the students and the women regarding the scope of IPR in law firms, corporates, or industries. These awareness can be spread through various programs. We can start it from the school itself, colleges, universities. We can educate the career councils that IPR is also one of the fascinating careers nowadays, and so that when people approach them, students reach out to them to find a suitable career options for them, they can guide them for having an IPR as an option. And in fact, not as an option, I would like to say that to build a career in IP, that sort of counseling they can do when it comes to IPR. And further, we can encourage more women by offering networking opportunities. I believe providing such opportunities for women to network and other professionals in the IP field can help them to build their confidence and connections. And these networking opportunities can include conferences, seminars, or mentorship programs. Yeah.
You're right, Ranjana. I agree with you on many points, especially on the fact that, patents or IP is such a field. I remember my mentor telling me two things when I joined the profession. He said that, it's a techno-legal field where there is an amalgamation of technical as well as legal skills. And he said that, sky is the limit. And I've always felt that sky is the limit, and sky has always been increasing for me and for, I think, for everyone around there. Especially for women, I'll say that, by the virtue of their nature, they're being sensitive, they're being honest, they're being sincere. I think they have always had a role to play in every profession, and with their good diligence and analytical skills, I think IP is a great career path for them. Definitely creating awareness on the IP issues, generating specific programs focused to women so that they can enter into IP. This will, I think, help us increase the number of women joining this field. So from my side, I always wish the best to all my women colleagues, because, I feel they're always intellectually enlightened. And, I see women working with me, my peers, my juniors, my seniors, and I learn a lot from them all the way along. So, Niharika,
Those were
over to
very
you.
kind words, Dr. Bhatt. Very kind and encouraging, I must say. Yeah. So I thank you both again for taking our time for this wonderful discussion. I'm sure it was enlightening and encouraging for a lot of us, for a lot of young professionals like us. So thank you again for your time. Thank you.